Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Himanshi Kaushik, your host of the day. And I hope that you all are doing fine, safe, sound, and happy at wherever you're taking this event/webinar from. And I would like to extend my warm welcome to everyone who is coming in or who may come in later in the event. So I hope that you know why you have gathered here. There is a webinar that will be happening just in a moment when our expert will be discussing about why you should choose full stack development or full stack course for B.Tech CSC. And we will be having a questionnaire round, also question and answers. So I hope that you enjoy the session. So before you enjoy the session, we have our expert here. So I shall introduce you to our expert. We have Mr. Ayushman Bansal, sir. He is a senior manager growth in Geeks for Geeks. So, sir, I welcome you here in the webinar. And I would like to just tell all attendees that he will be navigating you. He will be presenting all the full stack development guidance, what you need to know about that particular thing, and you can expect certain outcomes also after this webinar. And what are those? They can be, that what all opportunities you have after finishing your this course, and what all skills you require, and what all process there that is needed to be done in order to be a full stack developer. So, sir, with this, I'd like you to please take over the screen, and over to you, sir.
All right. Thanks, Himanshi ma'am, for giving me a warm welcome. Hello, students. I'm really pleasure to meet you all and looking forward to take the session on a good note. And obviously, I want, if you have any questions, so probably we'll be taking in the session, also in the later part of it too. So by then, ma'am, just I would like to ask whether the students have an option to chat right now.
Yes, sir. They will be okay. So I will just mention this and clear to all the attendees. So participants, you can either post your queries in chat box, Q&A box, or you can have a directly talk session with us, sir. So in order, if you want your queries to be resolved, I would like you to kindly post them in chat box so that sir and us also can resolve the query.
Absolutely. Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah.
So students, like once we are going ahead, I just clear few of the agendas that I'll be covering in this session. First of all, eventually, like let's say right now you have just crossed your school, you are moving towards your graduation part. So eventually you can say it's a second phase of life you are entering. So first of all, congratulations all to being completing your school, now moving towards your graduation. Now, the second part that I'll be taking up is how eventually what is actually a full stack. What does that mean? What is full stack? Then if full stack, why should I particularly choose this particular program? Third thing, if I'll choose, what are the different type of opportunities the course will be offering me, let's say when I'll be sitting up for my placements. Lastly, coming to with Geeks for Geeks, what is the part of Geeks for Geeks as a role play they'll be making up in your journey of moving ahead? And so on those, all the perspective, I'll be just starting this session. Just moving ahead, ma'am, just I want to confirm, like more participants are joining or shall we begin?
So we can start the webinar. If they want, they can join in between the session.
All right.
Also, sir, just one thing I wanted to say. If anything that is left for the session, I mean, if somebody joins and rejoins and misses the session, we also will be posting the session on YouTube, so they can watch it there also.
All right. Sure. Thanks, ma'am. So students, I'll just begin from here. Correct. So as we have been over here, the topic is why should I choose this particular full stack development course or the B.Tech full stack development honors program with LPU in collaboration with Geeks for Geeks. So before moving ahead, let's just understand why full stack or what eventually is full stack. So to start with it, let's just, I just want you to just give us a thought with me. So once you have a plan, let's say I just want to do the engineering. So what were the main agendas you were focusing on? I'll just share my journey. What when I was going through a similar journey, what was the main focus areas that I was looking up? So one was obviously the placement opportunities. Let's say what type of placement. Let's say I'll be enrolled in this program, and the type of placement opportunities I'll be getting up. Next thing was, if in case placement opportunities is one of the things I've been looking up, if I want to do something of my own, for example, a startup, or probably or to build up a company which can eventually help millions of people. So what all things I can do? So with full stack, there are four major perspective that I draw down. There are numerous, to be very honest, but four, they are the pillars, I would say. First is the job roles that are available in the market. They are the full stack job developer role are really high in demand. So for that, I'll also have few of the stats why I'm stating that particular statement. Second thing is, if I'll talk about the roles are available, we know. Second thing, what type of salaries a full stack developer used to get. So usually a full stack developer used to get a salary of around 6 to 7 lakhs on starting. I would say on the starting side, it goes up to 30 to 35 LPA too. This year itself, we have got one placement of the student from the full stack role. He got an offer of 62 LPA. Third is the industry perception. So when we were talking about in startup, so if you are a full stack developer, you yourself is a complete developer, which includes many parts, a front end part, a back end part, which we are definitely going to learn in the later stages. Last is the your career advancement opportunities are very high. Once you are in this particular full stack development role, there are humongous opportunities available for you. So what type of opportunities they are, I'll just quickly tell you on that side too. Here are few of the opportunities which I have listed. For example, application developer, front end, back end developer, full stack developer, obviously, because the course is on that, software engineer, software developer, some solution engineers, testing engineers. So entire fraternity, if I would say, for a B.Tech student who is joining and sitting for their placement, 95 to 97% candidates used to go get a job like this. They would be application developers, software engineers, full stack developer, front end developer, back end developer. Why I'm stating that is, eventually with full stack developer, the average salary package of a candidate is somewhere around 15 LPA. This has been on a median side of last 2 years, 2021 and 2022. And as you can check, like with the recent report which LinkedIn has shared, I hope you might be aware about the LinkedIn platform. It's one of the most common professional networking platform. Over 1 lakh plus developers were hired in 2022 itself. I think something has been missed out, but it is 2022 only. So are you getting my point? Like what type of career opportunity you might be sitting up for? Let's say eventually the maximum crowd is going on this direction because it full stack development itself, or probably this course itself, cater more than 50 to 60 job roles. Now let's just understand what is full stack, or probably what is full stack development means. So I'll just start with a simple example. I would say Instagram, many of you might be using, or I would say for now, people like you, maximum people are active on Instagram. Even that include me too. So on Instagram, there are, let's understand few perspectives. Once we open an Instagram app, so there is a proper UI, or I would say a front screen that we see. Multiple videos are posting. Then there is a comment section. Then there is a like button, a share button. Stories are there. So these are the components of basically an application. So how to display to the user so that it's very handy or user likes the experience. So all those part comes under the front end development, or probably I would say a web development. So web development is a broad keyword. In web development, a front end developer is one, UI UX developer is one, Then mobile application developer is also there. So these all things comes under the part of web development, or probably we just name them as a front end development. So full stack, the number one thing that is included is front end development. So something like in Instagram, how the whole page of or the screen of the user looks like, that's the front end part. Second thing is, let's say from your end, have you ever wondered, let's say just by clicking on adding a story, you just what it happens is they just ask you to select a file from your mobile. So once you're selecting a file from your mobile, you select a post, a image or a video, then it directly gets uploaded on Instagram and it get posted to your account. Number one. Number two, the stories are only visible to your followers. That's the second part of it. How eventually both these parts are happening. So this is happening towards the infrastructure that has been developed in the backend side of that application. So now what does that mean is, so there is a specialized team of backend developers who are setting up, who are just checking how to store the user information. Let's say if Ayushman has posted a photo, so that photo should only be visible to Ayushman's account and Ayushman's follower can see it. So these all things have been stored in the backend tables. So who used to do that? Our backend developer used to do that part. Secondly, they also need to check the scale. For example, recently IPL has been over, I believe day before yesterday. So on Geo Cinemas, we have thought, like, to give you a more information, more than 3 crore live watching was there. So to handle such type of a traffic, like 3 crore people are watching the match at the same time and it is going on a seamless way. So there should be a strong infrastructure at the back end too, so that the server or how these things have been deployed, they should also be monitored in a vast way. So a backend developer is actually a responsible guy who used to do that part for the organization. Third thing is the person who is eventually connecting both of it. So what happens is there is a front end guy who is writing a code, how our application should look like, and there is a backend guy who is writing where to store these information of the users. So a person who is connecting both of them is actually doing a work of connecting between the front end and the back end. So they are the software developers, I would say. So software developers used to do that part for the both the things, or probably seeing the databases too. So that's how, if we club front end, back end, and the developers, it comes as a full stack developer. So you will be a full stack developer with a knowledge of front end, back end, and the whole software development. So yes, in this course also, we'll be pushing up towards the three sides of it: front end, back end, and the normal development. I hope you are getting my point, because if you are working on the front end part, back end part, and on the development part, then obviously you are a one-man show. Now just take the second example, what I was saying for your product. Let's say now you have an idea. I just want to build an application which can help the farmer of my country so that their crop yield can be increased, a medium like that, or they can get a better price, something like that. Let's say directly sourcing the wheat from the farmers and selling it to the global markets, or towards the major markets. So to develop a platform, what you need to do is you need to onboard both the people and you need to store their data in the application. So a backend, if you are good hands-on on backend, you can do it. Now you also want my application should look good in comparison to any other application available in the market. So in that case, you need to be a front-end developer too. And if you want to just create a whole seamless environment, you need to be a good developer. So that's how a full stack is eventually can be termed as a single technology show. So you can run your own startup, or obviously job perspectives are humongous in this technology. I hope maybe this might sound so broad technical to you, but trust me guys, this is one of the things which is eventually helping this industry at this given point of time a lot. So I probably explained you in a better way. There are few more technologies that I'm missing up, that I'm adding up. You guys have across 11th and 12th, if you are having computer science in your as an additional subject, so you might have heard the name of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I'm not about React or Node, then C++, Java, Python. So in this course, what is going to happen is we are covering the front-end technologies which are mentioned, then the back-end technologies, which are few of the technologies that have been mentioned, the programming languages, and the probably the tool and techniques. So for example, you have your code ready, but now you need to deploy it on the different clouds. So all these perspective we'll be covering in this particular course or probably the program. By then, students, if you have any questions, because I believe it's being a more on the technical side until now. I hope everything is working good. Okay, no worries. I'll just start with the next part of it. So until now, what we have learned is what is actually a full stack? A developer who know everything. He is a full stack developer. Second, if I'll choose full stack development, there are job opportunities in the market or not. So maximum job opportunities are for the full stack developers. Third thing, if I have a small idea, so being a full stack developer, can I do anything on that idea or I can work upon? So obviously the answer is yes. This is the only course that gives you all these opportunities. Now I'll just come to the second part of it. So what eventually is Geeks for Geeks? Because you might be hearing this name for the first time. But trust me, if you have chosen B.Tech in computer science, this is one of the name that you will be recurringly listening up. So Geeks for Geeks is eventually in not across India, it's the global biggest platform for the computer science engineers. So what we used to do, we have a different sort of content available on the platform, the practice and the multiple products to offer to the students who are in the computer science. So the only agenda is so that they can be a good developer and get their dream jobs in companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Uber, Netflix, Apple. So with Geeks for Geeks, it's not across India, across the globe, we are the biggest. So we have 10 million plus geeks community of developers with us. It's the biggest community across the globe. We have more than 20,000 plus people working for us and they are contributing the content on the platform. And lastly, numerous students with us, they have studied and they have got a good job opportunities in the market. Here are the few insights that I'll just share across the product which helped candidates to get upskill and get placed in the good opportunity, good organization. So more than 20,000 plus success stories we have written as of now. If this year we have 80,000 plus learners who are learning with us and they are going for their placement opportunities, or probably the students who are currently in 4th year of their graduation, they are sitting for their placements. Now, all these programs that we have created, they have created on the basis of various interviews that occurs across the globe. So more than 4 lakh plus interviews has been occurred. We have catered their data. We have used some machine learning algorithms to develop what eventually is a perfect fit program for the students. And that's how we came up with the university and we have tie up for this particular program to start a dedicated B.Tech degree program. Lastly, few things I have segregated if in case or when you are joining this program, how the Geeks for Geeks player role will be assisting you. So one thing, student, before moving to the Geeks for Geeks part, so in this program, you'll be getting each and every part what a CSE student at LPU will be getting. Apart from that, these are the extra add-ons, only a few, but there are a lot in the numbers, if I would say. So first is like the industry expert session. So with Geeks for Geeks, we used to do lots of like the students who have enrolled with us. Every month they have at least one session. Then sometimes there might be 2 to 3 sessions on a monthly basis. So these sessions are on the guidance part. So let's say right now you are sitting in your first year or in the second year of their graduation. We'll be directly connecting you with the people like who are already working in Amazon, Microsoft. So with Amazon, Microsoft, if the person, let's say if your dream company is Microsoft or Google, so someone who is actually working in Google, he is coming you and guiding a limited set of audience about how the life at Google's looks like, or what are the things that you need to learn now, so that after a couple of years you can crack this opportunity. So these type of industry expert session we used to organize. A few placement opportunities I am just sharing over here, which directly assisting you in this whole program. So as you can check, a few of these are the dedicated, or probably I would say the organization which massively hired the candidates. So what we used to do is we assist you in the job hunt. Let's say once you are in there, eventually in your when you are entering to your third year, we'll assist from there itself, like what type of internship opportunities you should focus upon, how you should be prepared so that in the next year, because I believe in LPU, sixth semester onwards, or probably from your third year onwards, your placement opportunities get started. So we want you should be well prepared enough comparing to the other candidates, because now your competition is with the 4,000 or 5,000 other candidates who are involved, who are enrolled in the university. So we want you to be on the edging side so that you can be a poster boy or the poster girl of the university. Second is we'll assist you with various event and job fair which are happening across the country, especially for the freshers. With Geeks for Geeks, we also used to organize one internship fair on a quarterly basis. Third thing, for your resume, we'll be completely assisting you to build a good resume which eventually gets shortlisted. So probably now you might not be able to relate, but let's understand something like that. For example, if you're sitting for an IIT exam, and IIT don't take any examination, they just select you on a basis of a paper. So currently this thing happens, like your resume is one paper which eventually help you to attract the recruiter or the person who is hiring for that position. So we'll assist you to build a shortlisting resume, and we'll completely review with the industry experts. Fourth thing, on a regular basis, we'll be doing some interview preparation sessions and assisting you with the various tech stack that is required for this whole program. And lastly, for your internship and placement, apart from the opportunity you will be getting from the university that you might be getting from the normal program too, with Geeks for Geeks, we'll be assisting you with the dedicated placement opportunities too, so that you just sit for your placements and you can also get a wide range of pool available for the organization once you are graduating. Here are a few more products which we have listed. So one thing is placement assessment test. So let's say once you are enrolled, we'll be doing a regular placement test so that you are well prepared about the placements or not. Third is with Geeks for Geeks hiring platform. More than 500 to 700 jobs, only technical jobs are available on the platform. And it is India's only platform which offer maximum fresher jobs to the tech people. On monthly basis, we used to have a hiring challenge where more than 10 to 15 companies used to sit and they used to hire with us. So that the program name is Jobathon. And on quarterly basis, we used to organize jobs and internship fair too. All right, student. So now one question arises in my mind. Sir, this is very good. You are just talking about placement. Now we are good. But how do you think like we'll be prepared on a real-time basis? Or in real-time basis, am I well prepared for this particular program or for my placement opportunities which I'll be setting up? So yes, so for that, what we used to do, we used to do some real-time hackathons. So what is hackathon? Hackathon is like that a company is coming with a problem statement. Again, I'll take an example. So organization like 1mg. 1mg is actually a platform which deliver medicines. So they come to Geeks for Geeks with a problem statement. We are building a solution which can eventually help the local pharmacies to get onboarded on 1mg, and they can deliver the medicine in their local city. So let's say Ayushman owns a pharmacy in Jalandhar. So now Ayushman can also get onboarded to 1mg. And if any order comes from Jalandhar, then Ayushman can deliver that order. So they'll come to Geeks for Geeks, and Geeks for Geeks will be sharing these opportunities, or they'll be assisting you directly to be a partner with us. The students will be working to develop such solution. For example, it could be an app, a website, or a existing apps application where you created a whole journey of how you can onboard such type of people on the platform. So again, developing their backends, their front end, and the whole process of the development will look like that. So recently, we organized a hackathon with Google. So with Google, we organized a all India hackathon, which has more than 2 lakhs of participants. Even with LPU also, I believe more than 60 teams were there who have taken part in it. And now we are in the final staging. So the price of such hackathon is around 5 lakh for the winning team. So this is one part of it. So your learning will be monitoring through these type of hackathons. Secondly, the projects. So on each semester, there will be one event of, like, let's say a hackathon, coding contest or coding fest. Third thing is maybe your mock placement drive or something like that. So we'll be assisting you on that side. Apart from that, on your learning, so normal learning, what is going to happen, few of the subject, the mentors from LPU, they'll be teaching. There are dedicated 15 subjects which are directly related to your placements. For example, your programming languages. Then there's a concept of data structures and algorithm with competitive programming. So competitive programming, if I would say, competitive programming is actually for the people. Let's say right now you have given your IIT JEE exam. So competitive programming is actually for the developers. It's actually a IIT JEE exam for the developers. So who are doing those competitive programming, you can assume like that. There are many people in third year of their graduation, they get directly offered from Google. Why? Because they are India's topmost competitive programmers. So we'll be covering competitive programming also. Then front end, back end, all the technical subjects Geeks for Geeks will be teaching. So apart from teaching, or the faculty will be from Geeks for Geeks, you will be also getting an access of complete learning management sources from Geeks for Geeks. So which is available to you at any given point of time. Apart from what you are learning in your offline classes in the university, you'll be getting an online LMS with dedicated, let's say today you have completed one topic. So in that topic, you'll be getting 5 to 10 questions to solve so that your normal day learning is not also going to stop. Apart from that, the personalized mentorship will be there, and you'll be getting more people like you with Geeks for Geeks. Like in LPU, you have been sitting up with, let's say, 3,000 to 4,000 people community. With Geeks for Geeks, you'll be interacting with a community of millions. So where people across the whole campus, something like that, you can assume in Geeks for Geeks community, we have people who have been sitting in the top-notch premium institute too. So with this program, we just don't want you to get excluded. What a IIT JEE student, or probably a student who is sitting in IIT Delhi or IIT Bombay, they are getting something extra. Here also you are getting a similar type of an opportunity. So that's how we are also assisting the student who will be going to enroll with us in this program. Some code fest and boot camps we used to organize. So these boot camps are based on the technologies. And again, these boot camps are directly taken by the mentors who are already working in those organizations. So you have the access for that too. So I'll just quickly revise what we have covered. So in terms of specialized offering, you'll be getting industry expert sessions or the mentorship on monthly basis. On semester basis, we'll be having some events like hackathon, code fest, boot camps. Geeks for Geeks will be assisting you with the placement opportunities, or probably the people who have been placed with us, organizing your directly one-on-one interaction. So these type of things we'll be going to assist. Lastly, just before moving to the closure side, like as we have stated initially, the major goal of this program is you should get a good job placement once you are completing this program, like a 4-year program. Sorry. So this year we have recorded a highest placement of 62 LPA. In 2022, full stack developer is actually the most demanding role in the market. Even the top 500 companies of this globe, they have offered 650 plus roles in last month itself. So this is how you can assume right now many companies are firing, but full stack developer, it's actually a very safe role, which at any given point of time, the number of candidates or the number of participants, the number of job opportunities will be obviously on the positive direction. So this is from my end. Now, the next step would be I'll be looking forward to you so that you can join this program and probably start your career as a full stack developer.
Thank you, sir.
No
First, before we go to the question round, sir, thank you so much for coming in, for giving your time, for crediting the values and experience through your presentation. And I hope that all the students and the participants have enjoyed it like I have.
problem.
Um, yeah. And sir, with this, I would like to take up few questions that we have come across from all the
Sure.
participants and registrants. Okay, so this first question came from Ishani Hilal, and it says, what are those languages we need to learn to start this course particularly?
So Ishani, if you're enrolling in this course, mark my word, you don't need anything to start with, because it's a 4-year degree program. You are coming up. You just come, we'll be going to teach you each and everything which is required. But if in case you want to utilize your vacations right now, so I would say start with programming language like C or C++.
Okay. Ishani, I hope that you've got the answer. Answer, thank you. And sir, with this, we move forward to another question from Radha. And it says, sir, I have done masters in biotechnology. So now want to switch into development. So how can I learn this thing?
Sure. So Radha, if you have done your biotechnology, so first of all, what you can do, there are few programs available on the platform too, which you can utilize. To get into technology, the roadmap is simple. And start with one of the programming language, go for the data structures and algorithm. The data structures algorithm is actually, I would say, a backbone of whole development. So go with that. Then you can choose any of the technology, for example, learning front end part or the back end part. Then it will be really good for you.
Okay, Radha, so no, I hope that you know the path that you need to follow in order to be a front end or back end developer. And sir, with this, we have another question from Shivansh Rai. And it says, what is the average skill required to be in the full stack development?
Right. So Shivans, there is no, I would say, there is nothing like something to quantify like what is the average skill required. But one thing I would say is there is, because see, there are two types of it. So once you have a conversation with any of your technical person who are in their engineering, they'll say, I'm learning, but I'm not able to crack any jobs. Similarly, just trust on me when I am having a conversation with the company's hiring managers. They say we have multiple opportunities, but candidates don't have skills. So the only thing is there is a very big gap. Let's say what happens, you just start from one book. For example, you guys have come from 11th and 12th. You might be following a book of R.D. Sharma. So R.D. Sharma has more than, I would say, 2,000 to 3,000 questions. But in your IIT JEE exam, I hardly believe it will be going to help you. The reason is because the level of the question available in R.D. Sharma is different, and what IIT JEE or probably the examiner is going to ask, it's completely different. Same thing actually happens in the placement process. So the interviewer expectations are a bit different comparing to what you are learning. So for now in this program, we are actually trying to bridge that particular gap so that you can also get a fully fledged idea what actually the recruiters need will be. So when I was mentioning about the monthly sessions we are going to do, So right now, let's say you are in the first year when you entered in this program. So in the first year itself, you get an idea from a person who is actually working in this organization, like what are the things you should do for now, or to utilize your first year of your graduation, so that after 3 or 4 years, you'll be completely well versed with the placement opportunities available. So that happens, and probably Himanshi ma'am, I'll just put up one more last line to it.
Yeah, no issue, sir.
So what happened, Shivansh, usually if in case you have someone in your family who is actually in the development or the software developer role, you just ask them, Bhaiya or Didi, if you get a second chance to do a B.Tech or the engineering program, what are the things that you want, what are the mistakes that you want to avoid? So we actually created a similar type of a pattern in this program. We are bringing those people so that you can learn from their mistakes, and you should just stop doing that. So that's the only quantifying way I would say.
Sir, thank you. And I hope, Shivansh, that you know now what you need to do and where you need to ask your answers from, of course. And sir, with this, we have another question. It is from Meghna. I think it is for Makul sir. Makul sir, if you're here, basically it says, sir, will you be teaching us or LPU will be teaching us for this role?
All right.
Sir, you can answer, I believe.
Sure. So I'm sorry, Meghna, in this program, like for the whole B.Tech program, there are 45 subjects in your whole B.Tech degree once you are getting graduated. So out of those 45 subjects, LPU will be teaching few of the subjects, Geeks for Geeks faculty will be teaching few of the subjects. Now to throw some more light on it, so the subject that Geeks for Geeks will be teaching, they are, I would say, 16 to 18 subjects. And these subjects are actually covering your 90% placement journey. Okay. So what companies' expectations are from you, that will be covered with Geeks for Geeks.
Okay. Okay, so thank you, sir. And Meghana, I wish that you come in here in lovely professional university, and you know that both Geek for Geeks and LPU would be helping you to to achieve what you dream for.
Correct.
And yeah, and sir, we have another question, and it's something very interesting, and it is from Urvashi Khatun. And okay, the question is, what is the growth ratio of the company?
Okay, all right. So Urvashi, if I will ask me about Geeks for Geeks, so about the growth, in my organization, when I used to have a conversation with my founder, generally for growth, companies used to cover, let's say, what type of revenue the company is generating, or probably how eventually our market presence has increased. But at Geeks for Geeks, like Mr. Sandeep Jain is actually the founder of Geeks for Geeks. If you want, you can just go on YouTube or so, just hear a few of his statement. So he's a person, he generally believes, for us, the only growth that matters is how many of our students are actually getting the job opportunities.
Yeah.
So from 2022 to 2023, we have seen all across 268% growth as of now. So if in case last year we have helped 1,000 candidates to get placed, this year the number is somewhere around 2,700. So that's how we are growing. And obviously, if learner, you just take the name of Geeks for Geeks, any technical person will tell you how the company is doing.
Yeah, and I agree, sir. I agree with you. And Urvashi, I hope that you know now what is the ratio, growth ratio that you asked for, and you know that this is something that is going to be not so predictable. But of course, you need to have you need to put in your hard work, and you can achieve whatever you want to. And sir, with this, we have another question, and it is very interesting. So it has come from Ashutosh Rana, and it says, sir, can we include this in our 10th or 12th syllabus as well?
Excellent thought, Ashutosh. Like, first of all, I would say, I just want to, what I'll say, appreciate the thought you have bringing up on, because usually with us also, we are trying really hard. Like, we have been meeting few of the schools also, so that such type of subjects should be included in the school syllabus, so that the students who are currently the people, like recently I'll tell you, I hope you student might be aware of, I share an example of Google Hackathon. So
Yeah.
this hackathon we organize only for the universities, but students, more than 100 teams we have got, like the request of 100 teams we have got, the students who were actually from these schools. These schools were like DPS, RK Puram, GD Goenka, Lucknow. So these type of students from few of the campuses, they are coming up. So yeah, we are also in talk, and probably nobody knows, but maybe in sometimes you might see programming in the curriculum of 11th and 12th too.
Okay, sir, thank you. And Ashutosh, I hope that you're in 10th grade and by 12th you'll be getting this course and you will be enjoying the course and learning through it. And sir, with this we have last question, and it is very interesting question, and I also want to know the answer of the same. It has come from Vinay Shah, and it says majority of corporate employees leave job after joining it. So what should one do, to stand by the job or to love their job? I think
Okay.
it's about the tech guys and the tech savvy guys who leave the job after joining it.
Ma'am, can you just tell me the participant's name?
It is Sir Vinay Shah.
Vinay. So Vinay, there are two types of it. Probably I would say the journey which you have been seeing as of now, it's from the people who are actually dissatisfied from their job role. Like I'll tell you, in tech, I know in the market, if I compare the current scenario and versus the job satisfaction, so job satisfaction is actually very less. The reason is because the market is actually on a not on a growth side, but on the same part of it, there are two things. On a practical side, if I would say, tech is actually one of the role which is offering the biggest job satisfaction. The reason for that is, right now the tech opportunities which are available in the market, they are humongous, but the candidate who are actually cracking that opportunity, they are very limited. So company also want, even to hire a candidate, hire a tech guy, a company, a real-time example, I'll just share. So let's say if a company is giving an offer of 25 LPU to one of the candidate, so to hire that particular candidate, company is making an expenditure of 1 lakh rupees,
Yeah.
which include interviewers, onboarding, multiple things are there. So company don't want these employees to go very easily, especially in tech. Then in tech, you have work from off home, work from anywhere, work from hill, work from beach, anywhere you can do it. So in tech, the opportunities are comparing to on a more positive side. I would say Himanshi ma'am, and I can also relate with the same thing. Uh, but yes, on a normal side also, if you are working on a particular segment, if you are loving your work, then people don't give up on their job.
Yeah. I think what Vinay has seen, maybe all the people who was not maybe interested or who just
Correct.
went with the flow or the trend of
Correct.
tech uh, jobs, and because they give a lot more package than other jobs, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, sir, this last question is my personal question,
Please,
and
ma'am.
it is I think the current scenario of layoffs,
Right.
what layoffs are happening. So how can we control, and what all that permanent job we can look for? Of course, nothing is permanent, but that one permanent thing that, okay, we have this with us and we are maybe safe, or maybe 50-60% safe than others. So what is that one thing that we need to follow for this?
See, ma'am, I would say everyone, let's say, irrespective of right now you are just graduated, or if in case you have just started your learning curve, the one thing that each one of us, even I also do follow it, keep upskilling yourself, because upskilling is very important. For example, let's say I'll again take the example of the candidates who might be enrolling in this particular program. In your first year, if you are just starting with the language, so try, once you are visiting your home, whatever has been taught to you, see few of the videos, see what happens. On a normal human nature is like that, they want to kill some time. So I would say, if you kill your time in a productive way, that will definitely going to help you a lot. Maybe let's say if you're learning C, so just go, what are the some crazy games that you can develop with C, try to learn more about them. What are the specific few statements that few good authors written about that particular language or that particular topic. So this is one of the examples. Similarly, in the job role also, it's like that. If you have well versed with a particular set of tool, try to upskill and go on the secondary side. And lastly, see students, the people who have been getting laid off right now. If in tech, I would say these are the people who are actually not performing. Because as I have mentioned, if a company is giving a salary package of 25 and they are making themselves a expenditure of 1 lakh, they won't let anyone go if the talent is good. So that's the catch on that side.
Okay, and sir, I agree too. I think we need to upskill, and it doesn't matter in whichever field we are. We need to upskill ourselves because we the competition is every day increasing now. And sir, thank you so much for answering this my query personally. And I would like to ask any other participant if you have any other questions as well, or if you want to have a chat session with our expert, you can directly just maybe raise your hand or post in your question so that we can allow you to have a question around with us, sir. And meanwhile, I have posted a link in the chat box, students. You can simply click on the link if you want to maybe, have a chat with the counselors in lovely professional university. If you have any other query regarding admission process, you can simply just call on this, click on this, and our counselors will be here to provide the call and hence resolve your queries. Okay, sir, I think we have no more questions now.
Great.
So, yeah, and I think all the participants must have understood, must have got the information that you were trying to say, you were trying to, indulge into our minds. So thank you so much, sir, for coming in. And now with this, I would like to take your permission to wrap this webinar. Can I?
Sure. Thanks, ma'am. First of all, for being such a lovely host from the university, and similarly to the participants who have been associated with us since long. And I would say definitely looking forward to see you in the program, because in this program, I personally used to interact with each candidate.
Yes, and I also hope so you come in, participants, you come in the LPU and apply for the course, you come in for the course, and I promise that you won't regret after joining it, because there will be a lot of course hard work, of course knowledge, but then fun also that you get in the university. So with this, I thank all the participants again for being here for this long hour, for being so patient, and all the questions that you've given to us are really appreciated. And if you have other questions as well, so I have mentioned in the start of the webinar as well that this webinar will be uploaded on YouTube or will be there on our site, that is lpu.in webinar page. So you can maybe explore the site or have our YouTube channel and just watch this particular video. If you have any other query, you can maybe post your comments there so that we can ask Ayushman sir to answer, and then we can we can resolve the query. So with this, sir, I take leave from you, of course, and from all the attendees as well. Until next webinar, stay safe and stay healthy, and thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so much.